This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV. It's very, very late, Sonny, but we're here in Manchester, just about to enjoy a couple beers, but it's been a very, very big night for WBM tonight in London, but we'll get to that in a minute. Masood Abdullah in the Manchester Arena tonight, calling out Nathaniel Collins after a pretty tasty fight from Nathaniel Collins to open up the Magnificent Seven card.
Yeah, I mean, like I said beforehand in some interviews, that my little brother Frederick thought Zach Miller would be an hard fight, and to be honest, he was correct. It was a hard fight. I think there's a few chinks in the armour on Nathaniel Collins, and I think Masood really wants that fight. He called him out straight after he won the Commonwealth Silver, and now, hopefully, by next week, we'll have that fight announced.
For Masood Abdullah, coming off the back of the Mark Leach fight, his stock is at all-time high. Surely it makes sense for all parties for that fight to happen. It's a fight that can happen in-house.
Listen, it's a fight that can happen in-house. It's a Queensbury fight. Otherwise, it's got to be what's going to be a Hopey price. I mean, hopefully we'd love to get the British and Commonwealth belts on the line, but we know there's other alternatives as well, even if we have to relinquish one of them.
Hello, Robert. You all right, mate?
Yeah, no, it's your round.
Well, we'll have to make this interview extra long then. Nathaniel Collins, do you think you'll want that fight?
Do you know what? I think they're going to have a look at Masood and see he's an hard fight. I mean, Bunt's mentioned in his with the pundits after the Masood fight against Mark Leach. Steve Bunt said, I wouldn't take Masood for fun. I'll take him if I have to take him. Masood's in that position that Nathaniel Collins has to take him. I can't see another domestic fight bigger in that weight category at the moment, at that level, than Masood and Nathaniel Collins. So I think that would be a massive fight.
We was up here in Manchester for the Magnificent Seven, but down south at the York Hall, Nilsson/WBM. I think we have 3 fighters on tonight. We'll start off at the top. KAISY Khademi, I think, come back with a second round knockout. Surely 2024 is going to be the year for KAISY Khademi, all fingers crossed.
Listen, I said this after his last fight. KAISY was in a groove in the second round of his last fight for the Continental against Ben Norman. Ben Norman's no mug. Ben Norman come there to have a scrap, and he looked very tasty the first 2 rounds. KAISY got into the groove and stopped Ben Norman in the 3rd round. KAISY's momentum is building. We've done a very smart decision there by taking him out of the Israel Ahmed fight, restarting him, and now he's in a pinnacle position with the IBO. I mean, it's IBO world title written over it, and there is loads of contenders over the UK. You're talking about, you can even put Marcel Braithwaite in the mix. You could put Prince Patel in the mix. There is going to be some tasty fights over here for that belt. Even if we have to go British and Commonwealth for Marcel Braithwaite, let's round off all that draw saga. We'll be happy with that as well. I think the momentum is with KAISY, and KAISY is on an all-time high and he's going to continue doing it.
With KAISY, you say about taking him away from the Ijaz kind of whole story. They produced so many great domestic fights, but they kind of got stuck in a rut with each other, and it was good to pull him away and go down another route.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, have a look at the results afterwards, right? After KAISY had 2 draws with Israel Ahmed, right? They went into a war, and to be honest, that war against Braithwaite, right, I think Izjad slightly nicked that and should have been crowned the British champion. And to be honest, I think the board should have just allowed it to be the British champion. After 3 draws, just go with one man. But he went in another war. He went in 4 wars in advance, and that's what takes the toll. We've done a smart decision. We've done a smart decision where our fighter took him out, and look at the momentum. You can see KAISY flying at the moment. And I'd put him in with Marcel, I'd put him with Izjad, I'd put him in with, to be honest, Prince Patel. Anyone in the UK I will put him in with, and I think he'll beat him.
You talk about 50-50 fights, unknown quantities. Alfie Gaskin tonight, he come up unlucky. I think he got knocked down in the fight and lost on points, but he'll come back, Alfie Gaskin, because he's got the talent there, hasn't he?
Listen, Alfie Gaskin, I was a bit surprised by that. I mean, I only heard the news, didn't see the fight. I'll have to watch the fight back. Alfie Gaskin is an old head on a young body. He looks like a seasoned pro in the ring. He might have got caught into a war that he didn't need to get caught into. I'll have to have a look at the fight. Didn't see it there. But credit to him. Listen, he's 3-0. He's an unbeaten fighter, right? We looked at Alfie Gaskin opponents before. There was a couple of names that cropped up. We thought it was the right decision. Listen, going in against someone I know, novice that no one knows about and losing is not the end. We will rebuild him. Alfie Gaskin looks like a seasoned pro in the ring, and I'm telling you this now, a loss this early in his career is not the end of his career. He will go on. You will see him in better fights, build himself back up, couple more learning fights, move on. And I'll still repeat myself that I would think that one of the big promotional companies will sign him up. I think Alfie Gaskin, you look at him in the ring, his ring craft and skill, he is very, very good.
Amani tonight, comebacks with a win, back to winning ways, and yeah, ball rolling for 2024 again.
Listen, Amani, right? Amani, his last fight, weren't him. Shouldn't have gone in at that weight on a day on weigh-in. But this is what happens in small scene. Amani, for me, needed that tonight. He got it. We all knew he'd get it. And now, not only has he got that, but he wants to get revenge against the person he lost against, which I didn't think was, I thought was a bit unfair. Listen, I thought that fight was either a draw. You could have given it to him by 1 point. You could have given it to the other guys by 1 point. But the wide score margin was ridiculous. I think Amani, you will see him revenge this one next, and you're going to see him probably one more learning fight and then get into a 50-50, and he's going to go for them titles in 2024. There's good names in that domestic level. You're talking about Indabasi Singh. You're talking about, who did Indabasi Singh lose against? I forgot who he lost against.
No, he beat Alfie Winter.
Not lost against. Sorry, he beat on the. The one he beat when he got cut.
Oh, no, it's too late, mate.
No, it's a bit too late. Listen, I was there anyway doing security. He's another one we can bring up. Listen, there is such good at that domestic level for Amani to get in the mix and not. Even if he loses, there are still things to rebuild. It's a great weight category to go into, and you're going to see a lot from Amani. Remember, this is his second fight under a new trainer. Let them get gelled together, and you're going to see a better version of him. But he done fantastic tonight. All my brothers said he done very well. He was one of the outstanding ones for us tonight.
Excellent, Sonny. Thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. Anything else you'd like to mention? Anything else going on with WBM before the end of the year, moving on to next?
Listen, we've got loads of fighters that we want to get out. We're very happy with our partnership with Nielsen Boxing. It's been very good for small boxing. I think we're doing superb out of everyone in small boxing at the moment. We're showing not just the big fights, but we're showing great fights. I mean, even on that card tonight, there was a shot defeat for Alfie Gaskin. There was also a shot defeat for Ernie Rutherford as well, which everyone was surprised about. But we're putting these fighters in on 50-50s. These are the fights what fans want to see, and they're going to see it going into next year. So come March, you're going to see all of our fighters back out and hopefully getting all the wins again.
Excellent, mate. I'll make it 2:03 on Sunday morning. Well-deserved beer now, yeah?
Yeah, I know, but, after all that carnage, I mean, all the rounds that went through, I couldn't believe it tonight. I was so happy that Liam Davis actually stopped the person in the 5th round, because I thought he was going to be there till 2 o'clock in the morning. But thanks for the interview and thanks for everything, John.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.